guys, thanks for joining me and welcome to my channel. This is your reading for singles in love. We're going to take a look at who is coming into your life next, and I'm doing this with masculine cards, but if you like women, then you can convert it to the gender of your choice. And so basically how this works is you are going to choose from number 1 to number 12 going in this direction, and underneath each pile is one of the court cards, as well as there could be one of 4 bonus cards. So there's 8 court cards and 4 bonus cards that will give you a special message about your future relationship. We aim to describe your future relationship, what the nature of the relationship is, and how it works for you. So you can also use this if you are currently in a relationship or entering into a relationship and wondering what the nature of that relationship will be. So you can say, how will my relationship with Bobby be like? And you can press this one, not press it, but choose this one, and hopefully it'll give you some kind of accurate message. So I hope you guys are excited for this. My name is Varush. Please subscribe and comment. All the cards are available on my Amazon shop. If you are interested in the cards, you can get them there. And let's begin. Okay, so if you chose number 1, let's take a look at your message. So your first message is the 7 of fire. I think what this is representative of is a certain degree of intuition that has been used in order to gain information about this relationship, or your intuition is guiding you towards the person that you're meant to be with next. The next card is the door to personal healing and happiness. I feel like you've come a long journey. You've probably come from kind of a dark place. Maybe your past relationships have really held you back or have been hurtful towards you in a certain way. And so now you are making the active choice to move on from those situations. It's kind of like a card of survival. The 3 of stars. In this relationship, visions, you will in some way have, this is the 3 of wands in other decks. I feel like you will in some way, once you meet this person, your life will blossom, and everything that you have been going through up until now will be kind of reframed and restructured, and good things are going to come into your life. The person who you will have a relationship with next is the King of Swords. He's a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, or Sag, Leo, or Aries. Now, that's not always the sign, but this person is a very stoic person. This person is a person of law and order. This is an engineer, someone who has a scientific mind. This is a person who likes lists and order. So I feel like you are the quality in his life that is creative. So you bring the creativity, whereas he brings a lot of trust and truth and order into the relationship. This is a person who you can trust. This is a person of their word. So I feel like you are going to have a wonderful relationship. I feel like he is going to feel that you're the creative person in that relationship, bringing color, bringing color and beauty into their life. So I think that this is probably someone who's somewhat older than you, whatever age you're at add 5 or maybe 10 years to your age. So this is someone who's either older in chronology or maybe someone who is older and more mature. So this is a person who has their career or maybe has even retired, but this person is there, he's trustworthy, and I think that you are being intuitively guided towards him. So if you've been getting a lot of visions and dreams about this person, he's coming, or you're going to see him. Okay, so good luck, number 1. Let's take a look at number 2. Number 2, hi, welcome. I hope that you enjoy this. So number 2, your relationship is built around the 3 of air, which is the 3 of swords in other decks. However, in this deck, it's a little different. In this deck, what we're talking about is knowledge and education. You're learning things on a deeper level in this relationship, and that is informing a lot to do with your life, a lot to do with the directions that you are taking. I feel as though this will inform past relationships for you, so things that you felt really under the control of, things that you couldn't find closure for, this relationship will help you understand and move on. The next message is the fifth chakra, the Archangel Gabriel. And so this is a lot to do with communication. So I feel as though maybe one or both people in this relationship are not really used to talking a lot about what their problems are, and so therefore maybe in their relationship or in their experiences they've never healed certain aspects of themselves because they're either shy or something else is going on that is preventing them from sharing their thoughts and ideas and therefore letting them go. So I think that this relationship is in order to help them to open up, and as they open up they become closer together. So this is the Lovers, the Union card. So as they open up, they get closer together and they allow each other or help each other to move on from the past, leave the baggage behind and move into the future. The person we're talking about here is the Knight of Pentacles. He is a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So if this is the Knight of Pentacles, this is someone who is either your age or somewhat younger than you. This is a person who is still in like the youth part of their life, whether it's chronology or just spirit. He has an ambition to achieve a lot, and so therefore his approach to things is to really settle down into a relationship, not mess around, and then go and achieve things together. That's why I think that you are kind of provoking each other to sort of face things from the past, talk about it, move on, and find closer union with one another. This is definitely a person you can trust. This is a person with whom at the beginning the relationship might be a little rocky. It may feel like you are pushing and shoving with each other because you're sort of still doing the I'm not going to talk about what's hurting me part from the past. And as you work through those feelings and those emotions, you will start talking about things and learn how talking about things is going to actually bring you two together. So another great relationship for number 2. So I hope you enjoy the relationship, and I'll talk to you soon. So now for number 3, let's take a look at your cards. So number 3, you have the Ace of Water. So this is a significant relationship in which new emotions are being learned. So one or both people are learning new things about themselves and about their experiences, about relationships in general. Let's take a look at your card. We have the Spark. So this could be an instant connection, a passionate connection, somewhere where you were sort of unexpecting. It was sort of unexpected. And so I feel like this can be like a romance where you meet someone, you're out and about, you meet someone, and then almost immediately you start dating. The next message is the Six of Rods. I think that you're going to fall in love very, very fast and very deeply. I think this will be a lot to do with experience, passion, adventure. I think that you and they will really play out a lot of the things you've always wanted to try to do in a relationship, such as travel, dating, having fun. I think that you'll spend a lot of time outside, actually going to events, going to public places, and really having a fun time at life. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is one of the special cards that I've included in this reading. So this relationship is fated to be a marriage. So the Hierophant is a card of marriage, and so I included it in one of the 12 options. So I think that right from the beginning you feel like this is 100% your relationship, 100% the relationship you want to be in. And so right from the get-go you are deeply falling in love. Okay, I'm going to just quickly try to fix the video. It's getting really bright in here, and then we'll move on to number 4, right? Okay, so let's do this. There we go. It's a tricky time to film the video because it gets bright and it throws off all my lighting. Okay, so let's take a look at, but it's kind of beautiful too because we can see all the, all the light. Okay, so if you chose this is number 4. Welcome to my channel. So let's take a look. So you have the 7 of Swords. This relationship involves a lesson. It's a lesson that you have in some way been introduced to in the past. Now I can put the cards up a little bit. And then we have Ride the Wave. So this is something that maybe you had in some way felt a little bit shy to face in the past. I feel like this is a relationship that points the way in the direction that you're supposed to go. And then we have the 4 of Trees. There's a lot of resistance in this relationship because I feel like either you or the other person is somewhat having a hard time letting go and opening up. So the relationship is saying go this way, and I think one or both people are kind of in some way shy to open up, shy to expand, shy to challenge the status quo. Let's see what card we have for this. We have the Knight of Swords. So we have Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Secondary transits in air as well. That's Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. Now this person is somewhat younger than you are, or maybe the same age. This is someone who still has a lot of life ahead of them. They're still kind of crafting out who they are in the world. So this makes sense. I feel as though in this relationship, you are going to be challenged a lot in order to face things that maybe in the past you had not listened to. There will be opportunities for you to make this relationship move forward and achieve a lot, but also at the same time, there will be a lot of things to get over and a lot of things that you may feel defensive about. So you have to keep on trying, keep consistent in this relationship, keep facing all the things that are coming at you. It will be a relationship of a lot of growth, so it will definitely challenge you to grow beyond your comfort zone. So I wish you guys all the best. This is Moon and Aquarius, by the way, so the Knight of Swords can be a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. These cards don't necessarily mean the sign. I'm just mentioning it for you guys, but this is Moon and Aquarius, so this could be a person who has their Moon in Aquarius, and I feel as though when things are right in this relationship between you and the other person, they're really great. It's like everything is perfect, everything is going great. However, when things go wrong, it's like you both get sort of stuck in your ways, or one or both people get very stubborn, and that can mean that just you're working through things, you're still learning, and you still have to accept some lessons in life. So it's up to you to see if this relationship is worth holding on to and seeing it through, or if it's going to be too much of a weight. But I think that's the nature of the relationship. It might be a lot of fun, and it may teach you a lot. So I hope you enjoy this message, and thank you for joining me. Okay, so let's take a look at number 5. Number 5, let's take a look at your cards. Your first card is the Emotion and the Intellect. So I feel like maybe one person is very strong in their emotions. They could work in a helping capacity, a nurse, a teacher, maybe a doctor, something like that, someone who works a lot with people. The other person probably is from the sciences, engineering, rational thinker. They may be working as a computer programmer, a scientist, or something like that. Here is the next message. So we have the Sacred Pool. So I feel as though this relationship is deeply, deeply karmic. I feel like there's a deep connection between you and the other person. And even though you may come from different walks of life, totally two different places, I feel like you feel like there's a purpose for you and them. And then we have the Shadow. So there's a secret in this relationship. There's a karmic secret, and it's manifested in this lifetime, but it's actually been a part of other lifetimes as well. I sense that one person is really ashamed of this secret, and I think it's the person who has the strong intellect aspect to their self. And so I think the emotional person is there to come and heal and try to draw out the secret, try to help the other person work through their issues so they can move on, so that they can have a good life. Now remember, if you are involved in a karmic relationship, or something like that, and it starts hurting you, where that person is in some way hurtful towards you, which could happen if it's like a strong repression, a strong fear. You cannot help people who are hurting you. So you cannot be there for people who are hurting you, and you need to draw that line. That doesn't mean that this is going to be a bad karmic relationship. I actually think that it has potential for great healing, but I do feel like one person is there to really help someone through something, and I think that that thing that that person is processing has a lot to do with their past lives. Here we go. And we have the Knight of Cups. We have a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, secondary transits in air. Now, this person could be any sign, but they are typically the same age as you or a little bit younger. They are still looking at like the rest of their lives. They're quite youthful and ambitious. I feel as though this is a person who could actually be very flirtatious and open with people generally in their life. This could be actually hiding a deeper secret that a lot of people miss, a lot of people don't know. This is a person who rushes into relationships. So I feel like this person will come in really strong, and then once you find yourself in a relationship with this person, you may feel like, uh-oh, there's more to this than meets the eye, and then you'll decide whether or not this is a situation for you. I do sense that this person may have a predisposition to cheat or be disloyal. So if you feel, this is just a warning sign for some, but if you feel like that's the case, then you definitely don't need to be in this relationship. But I do feel, I almost feel like you're the person who has the intellect. At first I thought it was the other way around, but now I feel like you're dealing with someone who's very like emotionally, like, I don't know, out there. And so I think that maybe they may be emotionally sloppy even, or something like that. But I feel like you sense that there's a deep connection there and there's a purpose. I do feel like you've met this person before in a past life or a parallel life, and so you need to decide on how to approach this situation. I can't help you with the karmic part of your decision making. You have to do that yourself. But with the devil here, I would say just be careful that that person is not overstepping boundaries, isn't treating you in a way that you don't deserve to be treated, anything like that. Okay, so that's number 5. I thought the Knight of Cups would do better than this, but hey girl, hey. Well, you never know, right? Okay, so let's take a look at number 6. Okay, so number 6, let's take a look at your cards. Your first card is, so we have the 7 of Earth. I feel as though this relationship is built on promises of the future. So you may meet each other at a time when you're both working towards your goals, when you're both really trying to achieve something in some type of direction. You're putting a lot of effort in the direction that you want to take. And so you want to support each other in that. The next message is the 3rd chakra. This is my favorite, the solar plexus. This is Chamuel, the archangel Chamuel. But the solar plexus, sorry, has a lot to do with the ego. It has a lot to do with what you want to achieve, so it falls really into line with that. You've probably met each other at a time of great productivity in your life, and you kind of respect each other's goals and you work together. This is like the typical like couple that like works really hard on your 9 to 5, or you may work out together and like try to achieve goals, try to achieve something really special in your life. Wow, okay, so we have the 3 of Angels clarification. I feel like maybe there is a history that both of you have felt of heartache or even sorrow. Maybe this is why you're being so careful entering into this relationship, because you feel like maybe in the past people have betrayed both of you, so you each individually had experiences of betrayal, and so now you are trying to work really hard to work through those feelings so that you provide for each other these sorts of energies of identity. Now, I do want to say in this relationship, I feel both of you are strongly individuals, so this isn't a relationship where, you know, you meld together into one. This is a relationship in which both people have their own goals, they have their own values, and they're very wary of having their heart broken, not because they're afraid of heartbreak, but because of that detracting from higher goals in their life. Let's take a look at your next message. Boom, the Emperor. This is a boss, and you're a boss too if you chose this, number 6. I think that whatever stage you are in life, there's no room for heartache. There's just, you are here, you are in it to win it. That's essentially what this one means. And so the Emperor represents a husband or a father, but it actually also represents people who are very set on their goals and they want their relationship to be a complement to those goals. So I think that that's an aspect of your character, and I think that's an aspect of your relationship where you're not giving a lot of room for silly mistakes or ignorant mistakes. You both have the mindset of winning. You're probably in some kind of very competitive workplace. If you're in school, then you're working hard towards a very competitive job. And so there's not much room here for feeling sorry. It's like, it's either you are stick with the program or you basically have to get out. And so that's maybe a part of the heartache. If you don't step up your game, if you don't stay with the program, if you don't achieve the goals you have set out for each other, then I think that the other person will in some way say, well, I'm sorry, I have to achieve my goals, I got to carry on. Likewise, you would probably do that for them. I have a friend who got married fairly early, but one of the stipulations in her relationship with her husband is that they have a kind of bottom line is that they can't gain weight. I know that's a kind of a funny thing, but it keeps them accountable to each other. So it's kind of like this is a relationship of accountability because each of you have greater life goals, and maybe you are both in business, so it's like a lot of pressure and a lot of challenges that you guys will face, and it'll be great. But I think that this is about sticking up for yourself and finding someone who complements that. Okay, so we got through the first row without the light destroying our beautiful video. So let's move on to number 7. Let's take a look at your cards. We have the Youth. You may meet this person when you are relatively young. So whatever age you're watching, it's going to feel like a youthful relationship. I feel like this person is beginning a new phase of their life, or maybe you two are beginning a new phase of your life together. The next message is appreciation. I feel as though maybe this is a person who's younger than you and they kind of see you as really beautiful, that you've earned a lot in your life, and I feel like this person is drawn to your character in that. Even if you're very young, the other person is like in awe, inspired of you. You are their muse. They see you as a beautiful person who has kind of like appreciative. That person is appreciative of you. Then we have the Four of Stars. The Four of Stars is typically to do with marriage and family, so this relationship could become very serious. This could be a relationship where you live together for a time. This is the card of advancement. I feel as though this person will help you in your journey. This is a person who sort of wanders around a lot. So they could be like a traveler, they could be something like that. And I feel like they appreciate you through and through, and I think that they're supportive, and this relationship could actually turn very serious. Wow, okay, boom. So this is one of my like extra cards that I included. So the Star, as you guys know, is the card of the soulmate. I feel like there is a wonderful adventure in this relationship, and I think that there is a huge aspect of admiration, maybe not only for you, but reciprocally. I think that maybe you are more of a type of free spirit person, or both of you are free spirit people, and so you are sort of out in the wide world exploring possibilities, and I think that it's a really harmonious connection between you and this other person. So I know that's kind of short, but there's not much to say except like go for it. It's going to be great. So let's take a look at the next card. So we have what are we on? We're on number 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, number 8. So number 8, you have emotions. So deeply emotional relationship, someone who's trying to help you free yourself from emotions of the past that may have been hurtful to you. movement. With this relationship, very likely you will move home, move somewhere, maybe even together. You may travel, you may go live together in a new place. I think that the reason for the movement is old situations. It's almost like you have lived somewhere too long and now it reminds you of too many negative things. And so therefore in this relationship you will branch out and go in a new direction. You have the Emperor here. So again, the Emperor already came out in another position for another option, but I think what this means in this effect is that this is a person who's like a husband, or this is a person who is like a very stable force in your life. This is a person with whom you may buy a home, and it has a lot to do with moving on from relationships that emotions that were holding you back. So you can see how this angel is providing a way through the, a way to a person who is really struggling on the ground. So I feel like this is a relationship that will help to bring you out of a circumstance or situation that is hurtful to you or has been a difficult thing in your life. And so if you chose this, it is the King of Cups. He is a Pisces, a Cancer or Scorpio, Sag, Leo or Aries secondary transits. It doesn't have to be one of those signs. This is a person who is emotionally ready. The King of Cups really understands emotions on a very deep level, in a deep way. And so I think that he understands what is hurting you. He understands how you are hurting. He understands on a deeper level how that kind of is holding you back from living your life. And I think that in some way, look at the ship even coming. This might be a long distance relationship in which you sort of come together over a vast distance. One person may move towards the other to set up home and family. But I feel as though this relationship is all about leaving behind relationships and emotions that kept you really suppressed. There was a lot of suppression, like where you were almost not allowed to have certain feelings, where those feelings were ridiculed, and now you're being led to freedom in a new direction. And I think that this is the person who is, available to you. The King of Cups often represents someone who is willing to make an offer. This is a person who wants to settle down. This is the person who's very romantic and very sweet. So I think that if you are being presented with an offer to move, always use your best discernment about whether to move or not. But I do feel like this is a sincere offer that you should give deep consideration to. Okay? That's pretty intense. Hey girl, hey. So let's take a look at number 9. So number 9, if you chose number 9, let's take a look at your future relationship. So we have the Maiden. So this involves a child. I think that there's a child involved in this relationship, like a preteen or a teenage child, a young daughter. Somebody has a young daughter, something like that. Then we have stuck in the mud. So I feel as though in this relationship, someone can't really get out of their responsibilities and it's really holding them back. But at the same time, it's like when you have kids, it's like, yeah, it's holding you back from being free, but you still love them so much that it's worthwhile to stay. So I think that that's the nature of this relationship. And then we have the 7 of Hearts, choices. So yeah, difficult choices within this relationship that a person will have to make. If you are willing to wait, then I think that the feelings are sincere, but you don't really know for sure either, because this person could be like reacting to the fact that they have other responsibilities in their life. So they're having this kind of like what if scenario, like what if I was free to love? So you know how people sometimes can say this and that just because they have children or something, so they'll just make up anything because they know that they can't really go in that direction anyway. So you don't have any proof here that if once the child grows up and they're free of their responsibilities, if they will be available to you in the way that they say they will be. So I think that this is a less than trustworthy relationship for you to enter into, but maybe you'll learn some things from it as well. I feel like if you feel like this person is kind of like dragging you along, right, with their desires, with their imaginings, then you need to make a decision about that and not fall so deeply in love. So this is the King of Pentacles. He's a Virgo, a Taurus, or Capricorn. He's an older guy. He can have Sag, Leo, or Aries qualities in him as well. He doesn't have to be one of these signs, but this is a person who has their life together. I mean, they have their responsibilities, they have their commitments, they have their career established. They could be a bit older than you. And so I feel like this person may want something else than what they have. They have a pretty big appetite. Like the King of Pentacles can be very like, I want this and the moon and the stars, and give me a couple more stars, and how about those over there? So they can kind of keep going in terms of what they want. They're not prone to be like as emotionally sloppy as other cards or as other signs, but they can be very like territorial, and they can be very like domineering, like this is mine, and you know, you can kind of fall into that if you're not careful. So what I would say is, you know, this person's going to be quite stubborn, and they will tell you the truth, and let you keep going. And then when you question them on why they kept you around so long, they will say, I told you right from the beginning, I had other commitments. So just be very careful in this relationship. If you feel a need to be around this person, then go and check it out, but know that very likely they have other responsibilities, other commitments that will always be there, and for whatever reason they're still opening themselves up to relationships with others, which is sort of unfair if you want a serious relationship. If it's casual, then just know that there will be a lot of fantasy, a lot of passion in this relationship, but maybe it will never amount to something serious, or if it does, it'll take a long time. Okay? Okay. So now we're going to look at number 10. So number 10, if you chose 10 here, let's take a look. Ooh, this is my favorite card. So this is the portal card. So this is the level up card. If you're with this person, you're going through a massive life level up. Here is the next message. We have the rescue. I feel as though the universe is conspiring to pull you out of an energetic low. You've been in something for a while. The people and the circumstances that you have been exposed to are not good, and I think they've been kind of closing in on you over the years, with leaving you with fewer and fewer options. And so I think that this person was put in your life in order to help you out of that a little bit. And maybe they too have an aspect of escapism, or being able to let out of a difficult situation. Then we have the King of Hearts, the healer. He's a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Secondary transits in fire, Sag, Leo, or Aries. I feel as though maybe you both need rescuing in some way. I do feel like that. I feel like maybe you both need rescuing from life circumstances, and I feel like you both really need each other. Let's take a look at this card defines who this person is. So this is the King of Wands. He's a Sag, a Leo, or an Aries. Secondary transits in fire as well. So this is someone who has a financial control on a situation. And so I feel like people are playing. This could be an office, a situation where this is the boss, and so you are each in a precarious situation in life in general, not at the office. For example, it doesn't have to be at the office, but there's like someone who has control in the situation, and I feel like in this relationship there's like you both have to free yourselves from life circumstances that are weighing you down, and so you're being brought together with this other individual, but I feel like that you are under some kind of control or limitation by external forces that is in some way slowing that down. So if there wasn't those external forces, you would just really be together super fast, but because there are other people that people have to answer to. It's slowing it down. However, this card is like no card to joke around with. This is like the portal, the level up. There's like spirit around trying to be a conduit for emancipation. This is going way beyond just this lifetime. This relationship is meant to be in reference to past lives, future lives, and like larger life themes. So even though you're both responsible to like day-to-day events, I think that there's a larger significance in you knowing each other, okay? And so I feel as though you're being guided to one another, and this is all about free choice. So ultimately you will have a free choice that will be very significant, where you decide if you want to be with someone or not, the King of Wands. And I feel like there is some hesitation towards him. I don't think that he is as big of a dreamboat as you typically would accept, but he loves you a lot, and he will kind of go really far distance to be in your life, to make your life better. I feel as though there's like some type of distance between you and this other person, in the sense that like you, I don't think you find them attractive, to be honest, too much, but I feel like they are very much in some way trying to, like, their love for you, the how devoted they are to you, that's really attractive. That part is attractive. So this could be a relationship where someone in some way has, it's like meeting someone who has great means but just not being attracted to them so much, but they are very persistent. So it's not like you're seeking out someone with money. It's more like this person's sort of obsessed with you in a healthful way, and so they want to give you everything, but it's up to you to choose whether you will go with them or not. Okay, so it's huge, it's pretty big in this situation, okay, but it's up to you and it's your choice, and by no means are you seeking to have like an easy life. If anything, I think you need some encouraging to accept that, because you're being really honest about like that I'm just not attracted to this person, and that's a really hard thing to accept, because not only do they have a lot, they're willing to give you a lot. They're willing to be there for you and support you and love you. And so those things are really valuable things in relationships, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to do with how a person looks. If they're going to be honest and good and truthful to you, that matters a lot. So you need to make your own choice, but I think that if you choose to be with them, it'll be a level up, but you may have to kind of really talk to yourself about what your values are and what you're looking for. Okay, so let's take a look at number 11. Number 11, let's take a look at your cards. We have, this is the Seneschal. This is the Knight of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Secondary transits in air. This is a person who's like a middle manager. This is a person who in some way has great ambitions for themselves in the future, of what they want to achieve, of who they want to be, of the directions that they want to go. This is a person who thinks of you as a great friend. This person is deeply loyal. And then there's encouragement. Okay, so this can be a relationship that is begun. I feel like this is a friend or family member who is encouraging you to enter into a relationship with the other person. And this is the King of Angels, the peaceful warrior. He is a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Secondary transits in fire, Sag, Leo, or Aries. I feel as though you're getting encouragement from a couple different people to be in this relationship, or maybe towards being in a relationship with the King of Angels. Let's take a look at this card. So this is the Knight of Wands. He's a Sag, a Leo, or an Aries. Secondary transits in air, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. I feel as though you're getting pressured to be into somebody. It looks like there's a couple people who are in some way trying to influence you to enter into a relationship with someone, but for whatever reason, there's really nothing else here. So you could be kind of experiencing people who are very much wanting to get you into a relationship with someone, maybe with someone who's kind of not into it either. The Knight of Wands is the Great Dipper, so he's there and then he leaves. I don't think this is I think this is a relationship in which people around you really want you to be in a relationship. They really mean you well. They're good friends. But I feel at the same time that you're just not attracted, or you're not attracted, or you just feel like, and that's mutual. I feel like this person will also be sort of unstable to be around. So if you chose this, I would take very carefully. I think this is a relationship that is really enmeshed in a social situation where a lot of people say, oh, they should be together, that kind of thing, and it doesn't feel right. Sorry, but that's the truth. Okay, so if you chose number 11, take it easy, but I mean, you do have people who care a lot about you, who want you to be happy in a relationship. Maybe this is the person. When I saw this card, the King of Angels, I feel like this was a person who was kind of mild and had quiet disposition. I feel like maybe there was, how do you say this? There's a lot of encouragement to like this person, and they're a nice person. I just feel like that person isn't the initiating energy of this connection, and it feels weird to, it's almost like he has other people speaking on his behalf to start a relationship with, and so therefore it's unstable. I don't think if a man, sorry if you're watching for a woman, but if a man can't like own his feelings and initiate a relationship, very likely that relationship will have lots of difficulty throughout. So I think that this relationship will have a hard time getting off the ground, but the silver lining is that you definitely have good friends, especially this guy who really wants to make things happen for you, which is really sweet. So maybe just carry on, politely bow out. Okay, so let's take a look at number 12. Hi guys, thanks for joining me. Let's take a look at your cards. If you chose number 12, this is your message. So we have intuition. A lot of people are working through their intuition. I think the first reading was about that as well. So we have intuition, and then we have community. So maybe you're a part of the spiritual community in some way, and maybe both of you are, and so you are both kind of, parts of the spiritual community and expressing love. Ooh, the Six of Hearts. The Six of Hearts is a soulmate card. It is a card of Sun in Scorpio, but it actually may mean that you and the other person are like both parts of a spiritual community. You may have a store, you may be doing something else, and I feel like your life revolves around a spiritual community. Here is the next message. We have the Magician. Cool. Okay, so this is one of my bonus cards. So this is a person who gets a lot of notoriety. They make a lot of things happen. I feel like there is a great attraction to this. This is a very tantric relationship where you are drawn to each other. You both work with energy. You're both light workers. You both work with guides and all sorts of different things. And so you are both drawn together. It's a very passionate love affair if you chose number 12. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you found some insight in this pick a card reading. Make sure to like and comment the video, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.